Welcome to Love in Focus, the power of communication in relationships. I'm Rika Solm, and this season we're diving deep into the most crucial aspect of any relationship, communication. Today's episode is all about why communication is the foundation of every strong relationship. Whether you're in a new relationship, married for years, or looking to strengthen your connection with your partner, the way you communicate can make all the difference. So let's explore why communication is so important, common pitfalls to avoid, and actionable steps you can take to improve the way you and your partner talk, listen, and connect. In this episode of Love in Focus, the power of communication in relationships, we dive into practical communication techniques that you can implement immediately to strengthen your relationship. Effective communication isn't just about talking, it's about truly listening, understanding and responding in a way that fosters trust and connection. Whether you're looking to reduce conflicts, improve emotional intimacy, or simply communicate more effectively with your partner, this episode provides real-world strategies to transform your conversations. As always, here are 3 key talking points that I will address immediately. Why communication is a skill and not just an instinct. Many people assume that good communication should come naturally, but in reality it's a skill that requires practice. Just like learning a new language or sport, consistent effort and improvement lead to better results. Small changes in how you communicate can make a big impact on your relationship. The second key talking point I want to address here is the power of intentional communication. Intentional communication means speaking with clarity and purpose rather than reacting emotionally. It involves choosing words carefully to express your feelings and needs without escalating conflict. For example, instead of saying, "You never help around the house," say, "I feel overwhelmed when I do all the housework alone. Can we find a way to devise chores more fairly?" And the third and final key talking point that I want to address here is avoiding communication pitfalls that are common. For instance, interrupting or talking over your partner. Let them finish their thoughts before responding. Using blame or criticism. Focus on expressing your own feelings instead of attacking your partner. Number 3, bringing up the past. Stay focused on the current issue rather than reopening old wounds. And finally, making assumptions. Instead of assuming, ask clarifying questions like, "Can you tell me more about how you're feeling?" Now, the technique that I want to highlight here is Dr. John Gottman's research on the 5-1 ratio for positive communication. So what is the 5-1 ratio? Well, Dr. John Gottman's research shows that happy couples have 5 positive interactions for every 1 negative. This means that for every difficult conversation, you should aim to balance it with 5 affirming, loving, or supportive interactions. For example, expressing appreciation. "I love how thoughtful you are." Giving compliments. "You look amazing today." Offering support. "I know you've had a long day. Let me handle dinner." Showing physical affection, like holding hands, hugging, or a simple touch on the arm. And laughing together, sharing a joke or a fun memory. You see, humor isn't just about attraction, it's about communication. So when you constantly prioritize positive interactions, difficult conversations become easier and less damaging. So let's look at a case study here about how the 5-1 ratio transformed Lisa and Jason's relationship. Lisa and Jason had been struggling with frequent arguments about finances, one of the most common arguments in a relationship, I might add. Their conversations often became tense, and they found themselves focused on what was wrong rather than appreciating what was right. After learning about the 5-1 ratio, they made a conscious effort to balance their conversations with positive interactions. They started expressing gratitude daily for small things. They scheduled weekly date nights to focus on having fun together. When discussing difficult topics like finances, They began acknowledging each other's feelings before offering solutions. Over time, they noticed that their conflicts became less heated and they felt more connected in their relationship. And the examples provided in this episode, including Lisa and Jason's story, are for illustrative purposes only. Results are not implied or guaranteed. Every relationship is unique, and outcomes depend on factors like the willingness of both partners to welcome a relationship. Techniques shared in this podcast are tools to facilitate communication and growth, but should be adapted to fit your specific situation. For serious challenges, consider consulting a qualified relationship counselor or therapist. And here are 5 actionable takeaways for better communication. Use the pause and breathe technique. Before responding in a heated conversation, take a deep breath and pause for a few seconds. This helps you respond thoughtfully instead of reacting emotionally. The second step is to practice the 5-1 ratio in your daily life. For every negative interaction, make sure you balance it with 5 positive ones. Try the mirror and validate exercise. When your partner speaks, repeat what they said back to them before sharing your own thoughts. Example, your partner say, "I feel like I'm not being heard when we argue." And you say, in response, "So you feel like your concerns aren't being acknowledged. That makes sense. I don't want you to feel that way. Can you help me understand how I can do better?" Have weekly state of a relationship check-ins. Set aside 20 to 30 minutes once a week to check in on your relationship. Discuss what's going right, what needs improvement, and how you're feeling. And finally, use the 3 magic phrases to diffuse arguments. "I hear you," which acknowledges your partner's feelings. "That makes sense," which shows you understand their perspective. And "how can we solve this together?" which shift focus to teamwork instead of blame, and will help you grow as a couple in your relationship. Now, if you're a listener, you can download the free transcription below. Just click the link and get additional information here. Thank you for tuning into episode 3 of Love in Focus, the Power of Communication in Relationships. If you found today's episode helpful, don't forget to download the free PDF transcription and exercises to help you implement these techniques in your daily life. Make sure to subscribe, because next time we're talking about navigating cultural and religious differences in relationships and how communication plays a crucial role in bridging those gaps. And as always, I'm your host, Rika Lösson. Thanks for watching, and bye.